Hi, today we are going to see about the straightness. The definition of straightness is mentioned here. If all the points of an element are lie on the same line, we can define that's a straightness. And straightness is a form control and it can be applied only to an individual feature. As you can see here, in this part, we have a two different straightness tolerance callouts. One is with 0.04 mm and another is 0.08 mm. And straightness is a 2D control, so it is a view based control. So you can see this line element should be within 0.04 mm and this line element should be within 0.08 mm with respect to the size dimension. In other way, on the same planar feature, as you can see here, in the same feature but in a different direction, we can assign a different value of straightness. These values are be determined based on the mating surface. The tolerant zone of the straightness is the planar area between the two straight lines. So here is an example how to inspect the straightness with the straightness callouts. The size dimension can vary between 9.85 to 10.15 mm as per this planar feature here. With the straightness callout says 0.08 mm. So if the feature size is 9.85, we can go 0.08, which means the line element can be a deeper or more higher until 0.08. If you go, for example, here 10.10 mm, if the feature size measured in any cross sectional here it says 10.10, that means if you add 0.08 here to the 10.10 value, that means it will go 10.18, which is over the size tolerance. So the form tolerances should not exceed the size tolerance. So that's why here you can see as the size exceeds, if 10.10, that means we have 0.05, which gives you 10.15. That's a maximum material condition. The straightness of the feature should not exceed 0.05 if the feature is measured at 10.10 mm. In other case, if the feature is measured at 10.15, that means at maximum material condition, then we have a zero tolerance of straightness. We don't have any tolerances. This one they called rule number 1 in GD&T, which says that the feature of the part should be retain its perfect form envelope when it is manufactured at its MMC. If the part is manufactured at MMC, which is 10.15 here, that means it should have a perfect form, that means zero straightness tolerance. But if the part goes towards LMC, least material condition, for 9.85, that means it has allowed tolerance value as mentioned in the call out here. Now if you have a radial line element like this and you have a call out of straightness says the value 0.08 mm, that means you can see here the radial line can vary between these two black lines, which is a tolerance of 0.08 mm. The planar area, I mean the rectangular box here, assume as a planar area with a thickness of 0.08 mm. So in order to inspect this component, so assume we have many imaginary lines passing over the cylinder here, and then you have to have a gauge pin which is equivalent to the straightness tolerance. Now when you place them on a surface table, if the pin goes inside the cylinder over here, that means the radial element on the cylinder which exceeds the straightness tolerance. If the pin doesn't go inside, that means the part is within tolerance. Thank you.